July the 11th, 2026. Current time is 8:53 a.m. Saturday. I was going to try to go through this fresh, and it's been a long time since I've looked at the markets or made a video. I'm just trying to go back on demand and see if my setup still potentially has any weight at all in the markets, which it usually has some resemblance of what may or may not happen. Let's see here. Let's go for, oops. Let's go back to there. It's on the 1 minute chart. Let's go to 30-day, 30-minute chart. Okay. So, for May, what I had expectations for potential higher end of the markets was 75.50 for the S&P 500. It went above and beyond that several different times, and I think more recently it's hovered around 75.50. And this is what it's showing up for from this calculation here. Not sure where I was at, but anyway, this is what it shows up in hindsight on the 30-day, 30-minute chart. It shows up as getting into -3 deviation, bouncing off of it, testing again, bouncing off of it, getting into +2 deviation, rejecting off that, going to some statistical mean from those two levels. Statistical mean goes right here in this blue level. So out of all that price action, this is gravitational point for the 30 days. So staying within that. At the end of June, it was at the top of the average daily range. That doesn't mean it will reject. It was in a downward trend. It broke through or went to it, broke above it slightly, then hovered around it. Then if it uses the prior statistical mean on the 30-day as support, then you can expect, or at least anticipate, more potential or broader move to the higher side. It's still 50-50 either way, but typically you can expect a broader move to the higher side. And it went to 75.50, like I said, and hovered around that. That was what I think May's level was supposed to be, or potential resistance anyway. Again, like you look at it at the time, and use it as confirmation, not as the sole tool for gauging. But anyway, what the potential movement that many algorithms and forecasters would probably be expecting is from here to here for the month of July, if it will plot it out. Okay. Then you get +4 and -4 deviations as well. If that's typically if you get a worser news event that happens, then that will create more algorithms that buy into here, or that sell into here, or short into here. That's just kind of how that goes. Then I haven't really been paying a lot of attention to the markets overall past several weeks. Took a little bit of a break from it. I really need to reduce the older levels, because it does create just this hodgepodge of just mess. It just really does become quite a mess. That was from the prior month, and this is your new statistical mean. You can see how it came down to the statistical mean on that one. We're using on demand. Yeah, the statistical mean is below the bottom average daily range. Basically, the way I look at an event like this is you get nothing but red volume. then you get nothing but yellow, nothing but red. As soon as you get the first green, then you can consider a long there. You get more confirmation that, you know, the algorithms are picking it up. You have a very low RSI there, of course. You get into a higher level here, first red candle. I don't know, that's more messy on the 5-minute chart. But anyway, this is where you try to pick it up at, because you're getting that confirmation. It can be picked up and possibly go long, and that was a low. Again, that's based off the 30-day, 30-minute chart. Right now you're in a higher threshold. You went above the top of the average daily range. You got the positive 2 deviation. It's looking like it's trying to be more powerful than not. But again, like my levels would be, you know, set an alert here. I like to do what I call 1+1. It's when it reaches a 30-day level, and then the following day on a daily, it can create a higher level from there. Like, let's say, like this blue level here was the level I was expecting, and then this is the next day's level. So if it gets up to here, then once it reaches like 76, 46, 75, as soon as it reaches there, then it'd be more rejection. But that's not the case as of right now. The case right now is in the future. I don't know yet.
Dad, can we get some poll today, please?
I can't remember where I was at, but anyway, like when it shows up on that 30-day, 30-minute chart that many algorithms would see, profit taking level for them is 77.44.50. That'd be their profit taking level. If and when that price hits, there will be some profit taking that happens there. But if it continues to stay bullish or bullish acting, then what I like to do is do the 1 day after that. After this level hits, then the next following day, whatever that daily level is, then that'll be more of a rejection level, or at least that's what I've seen in the past. This isn't an extremely large range that the markets can go to. Yes, it's, you know, a good chunk of money that can be made or had there. 400 and some points. 450 point move potential. Let's see the total. It don't mean that it will do every bit of this. It just can. Yeah, 532 point move. Again, like, you know, it created support at the statistical mean on that, so it can keep on going up. It stayed within 1 deviation basically. Now you're breaking above 1 deviation, so it's looking like it'll at least get a +2 deviation, and maybe reject to positive 1 deviation, then push for a 3 deviation. It may do something like that. It's just, I'd rather wait for a much higher or lower level than something near the middle. It's just more advantageous to bet when you have more to gain, at least on a statistical level. Anyway, I'll set alerts for +4, -4 deviation, because I really could care less. Probably I'm not going to follow it extensively like I usually do. I'm getting kind of burned out on this. But I'll set an alert for there and there at, I'll tell you exactly, at 78, 87, and 70, 69. Those are less likely to happen in the month of July, but they can happen. And they have happened in the past.